Before we start, please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button with a quick uppercut. It really helps the channel. Now, let's get into it.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? You look in great shape. You look good, man.
Right hand. Can't get off punches.
Now people can say whatever they want about Mike Tyson. They can talk about the exhibition fights, the blogger fights, the age, the comeback attempts, and everything that came later. But none of that changes one brutal fact. There was a time when Mike Tyson wasn't just a boxer. He wasn't just a champion. He was the most terrifying man on planet Earth.
Tyson through. There's like a kick from the hole. But he's taking them. The uppercut. Body shot. Down goes.
Fighters didn't just respect him. They were scared before the first bell even rang. And today, we're going back to one of those nights when Iron Mike reminded the world why people feared him in the first place, as he brutally punished a cocky opponent for disrespecting him. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into it.
That's a fighter.
Honestly, almost every fight from young Mike Tyson looks unbelievable, and we could talk about any of them. But today, I chose one that doesn't get mentioned nearly enough. So ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. We're going back to 1988. On January 22nd, Mike stepped into the ring against one of the best heavyweights of that time, former champion Larry Holmes. The promotion for that fight was phenomenal, largely because Holmes had no problem using trash talk.
Mike Tyson, I see a gentleman in there. If they want to make him out of a beast that he's claimed to be, he's going to be in there with a beast. I'm an experienced professional fighter. I am no kid. I do not play. So if he wants to fight any way he wants to fight, I am capable of fighting any way anybody wants to fight.
Confident look on his face now than he had in the first round. Left hook caught him.
But once the fight actually happened, it turned out Holmes talked better than he fought. Mike needed less than 4 rounds to fold the former champion into the canvas.
Now with the right hand, the left hand. He's going to hang on, and he'll stop the fight. Down he goes. Now he's hurt. It's all over.
With that win, the young king fully confirmed his status as the biggest American sports star, and his next step was supposed to be a fight against Michael Spinks. But before facing Spinks, Tyson had to make a mandatory defense of his WBA title. And unexpectedly, he went overseas, to beautiful Japan. The champion's manager, Don King, was convinced Tyson had every chance to become a boxing icon, not only in the United States, but across the entire world. So he sent his biggest asset to the East. And to be fair, that decision wasn't random. Japanese fans were always known for their genuine love of combat sports, and heavyweight giants created massive excitement there. So when Tyson arrived in Tokyo, the hype was insane. Every sports fan in the city seemed to feel it was their personal duty to meet Mike, take a photo with him, or get an autograph on boxing gloves. It got ridiculous. Crowds of fans were waiting outside the hotel where Tyson and his team were staying, and the moment the champion went out for a run, people immediately chased after him. That level of public attention shocked everyone, even Tyson himself, who clearly wasn't ready for it.
It's scary. I don't mind being the champ of the world and getting the attention I get in America, but you know, this is a whole different dimension once you leave your country and you're a bigger star in other countries than you are in your own country. I mean, it's frightening to me. It is. You know what I mean? Because I didn't never want to be a superstar. I just wanted to be the champion of the world.
While Iron Mike was bathing in fame and fan love, his opponent stayed quietly in the background and barely got mentioned by the media. But there was definitely something to talk about. 30-year-old American Tony Tubbs entered the fight with a 24-1 record, and 3 years earlier, he had held the WBA heavyweight title. At one point, Tony was an undefeated fighter who had beaten several top opponents, including Greg Page, and many people viewed him as the future of the heavyweight division. But there were 2 problems standing in his way. The first was his weak chin. TNT had been hurt and dropped multiple times throughout his career, but at least his mobile style helped him deal with that issue. The second problem was much worse. extra weight. Tubbs carried excess weight throughout his entire career, and it often became the reason for frustrating defeats. Those extra pounds took away his movement and stamina, the exact things his style depended on. But Tony himself refused to admit there was a problem. Right before the fight with Mike, Tubbs was promised a $250,000 bonus if he weighed in under 235 pounds. But TNT decided to do things his own way and came in at 240. To us, that sounds strange. But Tony seriously believed the extra weight was part of his identity, some kind of secret weapon that would help him dethrone the king. He even said that in the promotional material before the fight.
I'm strong and I'm fast. Mike Tyson got to deal with it. Physically, you'll be seeing the new Tony Tubbs. When I step in the ring, everyone say, wow, look at that cat. You know, and the thing about it, once I start putting the moves down on Mike Tyson, I won't change. You know what? This fight might not be hard as y'all think it's going to be, because Mike Tyson is only good for what he can hit.
On top of that, he tried to convince everybody that he never backs down and would keep pressing forward even against Tyson himself.
I know right now that I am one of the best heavyweights in the world. I can box better than any of them, and I ain't taking no back seats to none of them. I'm not even taking a back seat to Mike Tyson.
Mike's team found Tony's arguments hilarious and repeatedly joked about him. For example, 2 days before the fight, Tokyo was hit by a 6.0 earthquake, and one of Iron Mike's people cleverly said, "That was probably Tubbs' jumping rope." Now that you know the full backstory, we can finally move to the fight itself. And spoiler alert, it didn't last long.
Mercanti says they're all set, and there's the bell for round one. Tubbs throws the jab, and Tyson...
Surprisingly, Tubbs' claims about his physical condition weren't just empty talk. The guy actually looked good.
Do a great deal of damage to the midsection of his opponent. Watch for the left hook by Mike Tyson.
Tubbs trying to go down.
From the opening seconds, he set a high pace, moved actively to the sides, and used his sharp jab, which landed from time to time. As for Mike, he often cut the distance and threw one of his most dangerous weapons, the leaping left hook. But early on, he couldn't land it clean. In the middle of the first round, the two fighters briefly tied up in the clinch and traded heavy shots. Then Tyson landed a hard right over the top, but he couldn't really hurt the challenger. The end of the round belonged to TNT, who countered nicely with hooks a couple of times and looked pretty solid defensively. After the break, Tony continued touching the champion with left hands, while Tyson unexpectedly started relying more on his jab.
Mike Tyson. But also, you notice now you see a much more relaxed Tony Tubbs. So now his punches are being more...
Soon, the two giants closed the distance again and got stuck in a long clinch, trading heavy uppercuts inside. Then suddenly, on the break, Tyson fired a terrifying left hook and threw Tubbs back into the ropes.
Up on a minute to go in round two. Tony Tubbs so far appears in no way intimidated by Tyson's fury, as have so many of his opponents.
Good left hook, good combination by Tubbs.
Tony immediately tried to tie him up at close range, but the champion smelled blood. A double uppercut to the head and body landed beautifully, and right after that came another hook, this time sending the challenger down.
Another punch hurt.
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly. It was a left hook.
The punch landed on a glancing trajectory, but it was so powerful that Tony collapsed near the ropes and couldn't get back up. The fight was stopped with 6 seconds left in the second round, and the belt stayed with the young champion. In the post-fight interview, Tyson explained shortly and clearly how he landed that decisive shot.
He was effective because I planned it that way. I was looking for the opening, but I planned for him to run. And then when I saw he came such a easy target to hit, I was just planning and planning. And he had his hands up very high. I was surprised that he had his hands up so high. And so I started hitting to the body and bringing it up in the middle. And then as soon as he put his hands out, I saw his eyes and I aimed right for his eyes.
Still, the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Mike Tyson!
What can you even say? Young Mike Tyson was a true boxing genius. Many fans mistakenly believe that all of Mike's victories came only from his physical gifts and the style created by Cus D'Amato. But that's not true. His brilliant analysis, his ability to follow a plan, and his talent for seeing every weakness in his opponent. That was what truly made Mike almost unbeatable, and one of the most dangerous boxers in heavyweight history. So what do you think? What really made Tyson reach the top of the sport? Make sure to share your opinion in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel.